Hello, welcome to Sheepdog Says. I'm Sheepdog and I'm sorry that I did not do a video yesterday. As I'm sure most of you are aware, we were in the World Cup semi-finals and we lost. So I just wasn't in the mood, to be honest. I kind of thought, I don't want to do a video where I'm just sat there all miserable moaning about how I'm gutted we're out and how proud I am and all this sort of thing. I thought I'll let it sit for a day and then I'll do a video tonight about it. I do want to say that as far as World Cups go in my lifetime, that is by far and away the best one ever. Absolutely the best World Cup of my life. I think it's the best for several reasons. First things first, it's the furthest we've got. I know since the 90s or since, the one we won, 66, barring the women. I know there's all over social media that we need to remember the fact that women were there 3 years ago, and the under-17s and under-21s and all these other youth teams have won it in the past 5+ years. But for the men's main adult team, this is the best it's been in my life that I've been conscious for. But also I feel like, for me, it tops 90 in terms of the spectacle of it all, because no villains, absolutely no villains for the entire World Cup. No moment where so-and-so gets a yellow and he's out at the next round and somebody's fallen short on a mistake or whatever. It's just brilliant. Everyone put a shift in. It was fantastic. I also didn't do a video yesterday because all I kept thinking was I wanted to say that before the World Cup, I didn't rate certain players in the squad. I was unsure about Henderson for Liverpool because I've never seen him play well. That's changed. I think he was great in the World Cup. I see it now. I wasn't familiar with Maguire, so he made me so nervous in the first couple of games, and then I realised he was a frigging genius. Our goalkeeper was amazing. I'm so proud of that. And I'm proud of the fact that there was 6 Spurs players, I think, in the team in total. It might have been 5, I've lost count. It might be counting Walker even. But the fact was, and I wasn't going to go to West Ham and say, oh, we won the World Cup. It was more a case of just seeing them do well. Just seeing them all play together so well was awesome. I'm well proud of that. Part of the reason, again, getting back to my point of not wanting to do a video, was all I kept thinking was doing to be honest, frankly, a bad idea of doing a clickbaity title saying, personally, I'll blame Henderson. And what I was going to say, I was going to have that as a title, spam it at a few Liverpool fan mates, watch them kick off, make them watch the video, and explain that what I mean by that is, I don't blame him for us being knocked out in the semi-finals. I kind of blame him for my hopes just becoming massive in 2 ways, because I didn't expect to like him. I didn't expect him to be any good, and I didn't expect England to be any good. And when I realised he was all right, I thought, hang on a minute, I like the entire squad. What's going on? Hang on a minute. Okay, he missed a penalty that was, yes, he telegraphed it, but he missed a penalty and the world didn't fall apart. The rest of the team just scored. We went through, we won a penalty shootout, and it was like, okay, there's no drama there. He's not going to be the villain who didn't score a penalty, because that's not villainous. He just took a penalty in a high pressure scenario and everyone accepted it. And I was just kind of like, okay, that was the moment when I thought, all right, this England team's okay. I've got no problem with anyone. I'm happy with everything. Mistakes aren't the end of the world. It's all good. I wasn't really sure on Southgate beforehand either. Like, I knew we were done all right. We were unbeaten with him, but I wasn't sure. And again, I was like, this is ridiculous. I'd gone into this World Cup thinking we weren't going to leave the group stages, or we weren't going to go past the last 16. But Southgate managed to convince me, the most cynical fan imaginable when it came to England, to actually get behind it and get excited and get really into it and believe it was coming home. Not like believe in like, I was expecting us to win the World Cup. Just believing that, crikey, there's no reason why they couldn't have. No, like I said this on Twitter yesterday, nobody in England expected us to go on and win a World Cup. Saying it's coming home wasn't us saying it's happening, believe it or shut up. We were all going, it's coming home, like in disbelief, in like hope, in like shock, in like irony of just none of us expect. Yes, we were going, it's coming home, to like outsiders, but to each other we're like, what? Like, We weren't. It got to the point yesterday where I'm starting to think, well, I need to rearrange my bleeding plans for Sunday now. Like, Kirsty and I are going to London with the kids to watch the World Athletics in London in the evening. And I'm looking at that thinking, well, how are we... And Bosco's got a party at like 10 in the morning on the Sunday. And I was thinking, how are we going to get the party sorted, go and watch the final, and go to the athletics without missing a beat? That's the days, you know, I'm sat there trying to plan this all out thinking, this is realistic, and I would never have done that. I feel a bit bad that we started planning it and then we ended up getting knocked out, but it's just mental to think we haven't actually finished. Everyone's talking like it's done, but we still have a game on Saturday, which is insane. You know, we could come third still, and it just feels ridiculous to think that out of nowhere we've got to that position. Speaking of Spurs players earlier on, I'm kind of in shock that despite everyone agrees this, Harry Kane did not have the best tournament in terms of goal scoring, or it feels that way. But he could win the Golden Boot. He is the Golden Boot leader at the moment. If he scores against Belgium at the weekend, as long as Lukaku doesn't score a hat-trick, and as long as France and Croatia don't go nuts, he's won the Golden Boot, which is insane because he wasn't playing as our goal scorer. He was playing as our kind of... I can't think how I'd want to explain it, but he was doing a different job. He was doing it very, very well as well. It was up to Sterling and everybody else to kind of be that extra goal-scoring thing, and we had great threats. It's just incredible to think that he's the Golden Boot, potentially, when ultimately, most of us would agree, he didn't really have his boots on, you know. This sweepstake I'm in, I mentioned, I was winning it for so long, and if England had won yesterday, I think that would have put me out of touch of everybody else, because no one around me had England. They had Croatia or France. And we're at a point now where I got an email saying I'm second. And again, England has still got another game to play. And if we score goals, they still count. And if we won, it would still count. So we just need to score and win. Or at least score a few, even if we lose. Because I worked out, and I'm gutted. They sent an email around to ask us if we wanted to do next year's sweepstake. And it says in the rules that the top 5 people get paid. Now, in the Premier League one, I came 6th. I'm gutted because I didn't know that I was one place off being paid. I mean, I would have only got 5% of the pot, which if my maths is right, I would have got about 30 quid, which is better than a poke in the eye. But in this one, I imagine the pot is substantially smaller because less people did it. But all I need to do is make sure that 5 people don't leapfrog me now, because 4 people, sorry, because that'll push me out again, and that's horrific. If 2 times in a row I miss out by that much, I'm the unluckiest I can't even think of the word, participant out of them all, then I need to go for the win with the Premier League one. I'm trying to think what else I wanted to cover off of it. I can't believe that, as I say, we've got the furthest in my life that I've actually ever witnessed. It was really awesome watching it with the kids. Bosco, bless him, was quite funny because he couldn't read the room, really. He couldn't read the emotion of the game. So he starts cracking jokes when we were like 2-1 down and cheering on Croatia and going, oh, I forgot, I just said the wrong name. And I'm like, you didn't forget, you're just being a moose, and stop it. And then at the end, he said to me, is it coming home? And I was like, it doesn't look like it. And then at the end of the game, I said to him, it's not coming home, Bosco, I'm sorry. And he kind of just went, oh, and just like gave me a nice hug. And, you know, to be honest, he made me feel a lot better. I think I was surprised how down I felt about it all, but the little hug he gave me made me feel a lot better, and we had a chat upstairs about it. And I said to him, it's only 2 years to the next one. It's literally 2 years today to the final, apparently, I was told earlier, and that's finals at Wembley, so it literally is coming home. It's mad to think that we're not that far off the next tournament. It's not, that time's going to go so quick. But yeah, it's just, I'm actually gutted that it finishes on Sunday because I don't know what I'm going to do next week. I was trying to figure out what tournaments are on next year to fill the year, because the year after we've got the Olympics again, I believe. And then the year after that is I don't know, I'm lost. No. So we've got the Euros in 2 years and the Olympics in 2 years. Is that how it works? Do they the same year? That's rubbish. Bring the Olympics forward a year. Somebody talk to their people. Make that happen. Anyway, best World Cup ever. Gutted that we didn't get to the final. I feel like I want Croatia... Actually, I don't want Croatia to win it because the woman above me in the sweepstake will win for sure. I'm thinking if Croatia get beaten like 5-0 and England beat Belgium 5-0, then I could go whoop above her again in the sweepstake. I don't know if that's actually possible, because I assume finishing second probably gets her more points somewhere, but I'm hoping that's how it works, because if that's how it works, then I may be able to salvage it. Anyway, it's going to suck watching France win, isn't it? I'm going to wrap up there. I hope you've enjoyed my World Cup recap. It's a bit me-centric, but I'm very proud of the team. I'm glad I didn't go down the route of clickbait on the Henderson thing, but I'm also glad that I now see that he's decent. I hope, in a little way, that this World Cup makes the whole Liverpool-Spurs thing less hate-filled. It probably won't. The second the season starts, the fans will start at each other again, but I feel like they've had to cheer on our captain and we've had to cheer on their captain, and we should have respect for them now, but we'll see. Anyway, subscribe, comment, like, all that stuff. Let me know your highlights. Have you ever witnessed a better World Cup in your lifetime? I'm sure you will have opinions on that. Who's your player of the tournament? I think mine would have to be Pickford or Maguire. They're the two that have blown me away the most. I'm very pleased with the fact that I like Henderson. I'm well proud of Kane for getting the Golden Boot, even though I feel like he wasn't firing on all cylinders. Disappointed for Dele Alli. Trippier, I forgot about. He could easily be. I'd say Pickford, Maguire or Trippier are all pretty much even players of the tournament. Christian Eriksen's got a free kick opponent at Spurs from now on and a corner opponent. I think, in fact, Christian Eriksen should never take another corner for Spurs. It should be Trippier for the rest of time. That's me rounding off, because I don't like doing too many football videos, because I know most of you don't actually really care for football that much, so I'm sorry. But thank you very much for watching. I'm going to do extra videos over the weekend, A, because of the athletics. I'm not going to be here in the evening, and B, I owe a video, and C, I thought if I stockpile a few up, it would be grand. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.